everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with my January book haul, and as you may have noticed, I actually didn't do a book haul in December because I didn't buy any books. I did however get one unsolicited review book, but I mean it was only one, so I didn't feel like it was enough to make a video of it, so that will be in this haul as well. And I have not counted how many books I bought, but you know, apparently I'm making up for the book bag ban in December, so we're going to start off by counting them. So I have 21 books to haul today, and 5 of them are unsolicited review books. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first I have is actually part of a series. It's actually the entire series, but this is this box set of the Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. So we have City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. I'm not going to take them out because too much trouble, but they do have beautiful spines that pick up on a picture. And I have read the first 3 books in the series like 3 times according to my Goodreads, but I think it's actually 4 because I think I read these books before I even started Goodreads, so it might be 4. But I never actually got to the last 3, so I'm currently listening to the audiobooks of the first 3, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the series. So I just needed to have the books because I really do love the books I have read so far, and I've heard great things about Cassandra Clare's books overall, so it's good. And then I have Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. I don't really know a lot about this one. The only thing I know is that this is supposed to take place pretty much, you know, after the big battle and the war is won and everything like that. But that's pretty much all I know, but it does sound really cool and does have good ratings on Goodreads, so just want to try the series. And then we have the 5th season by K. Jemisin. This was the winner of the Hugo Award 2016, and I know that the other books in this series has actually won awards as well, so it obviously gotta be a good, I think it's a trilogy, but I'm not sure. And I really don't know a lot of it about this book, but there's something with a murdered son and a missing daughter, something with betrayal and some kind of catastrophe, so you know, that's all I know because it doesn't really say a lot in the back. But yeah, people are raving about it, so it should be good. I have the book that was making it really hard to stay on my book ban in December because I really wanted it, and I have been wanting it ever since it came out. But that is Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin, and this book is supposed to take place 300 years before the Game of Thrones started, meaning the Song of Ice and Fire series. And I have read all of the books that are out in that series. I did finish it a couple of years ago, and since we're not getting any more books in that series for like forever, it seems like, I thought I would read something else in the same universe. So this is huge, freaking enormous. It is 706 pages long. It does look like it's over 1,000, but thank God it is not. But it also has these beautiful end papers, and it also has like a picture throughout the book as well. So here we have a dragon. So I really do like the Ice and Fire story, even though it's very brutal. But yeah, I just wanted to read something more about this world. We come to some of the unsolicited review books I've gotten, and that is Rista Hud by Ashley Dyer. This one I actually think they asked me if I wanted to, but the rest are unsolicited. Anyway, but this is supposed to be about a serial killer, and this serial killer actually tattoos every inch of the victims' bodies before, you know, they are discovered, and it's supposed to be this work of art that is shown to the world and everything like that. So it's sounds kind of not brutal and gross, but you know, hopefully it's good. And I got this review book from Louise Beckelin Flog. And then we have a book that I've heard a lot about on BookTube. It's not really my typical kind of genre, so I never actually ended up picking it up, but when I did end up getting it as an unsolicited review book in Swedish, I was actually kind of happy about it because, you know, now I get a chance to read it anyways. But that is Evelyn Hugo's Sju Äkta Män by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this is supposed to be some kind of a sort of autobiography about this Evelyn Hugo, and she's supposed to be this famous movie star, and she has had 7 husbands, and you get to follow her life and everything like that. And I've heard great things about it, so hopefully I will like it, even though it's not my typical genre. I have another book from Louise Becker Förlag, and that is Jag kan inte sluta gråta by Ann Liljeroth. And this is, I've actually started reading. I'm on like page 45, started it today of filming this video. But this one is supposed to be something I've never read about before, but it's definitely very real. So this is about you know, exhaustion, working to, you know, work until you can't work no more, pretty much. About exhaustion, and this main character's actually got the diagnosis and she's away sick from work, and it's sort of, when you start a book she's already, you know, diagnosed with this, and she's just trying to come back from it. So that, I guess that's pretty much like the story. You get to follow her fight to get back to her normal life and everything like that. And so far it's kind of hard to read it because it's horrible subject, but at the same time I feel like it might be a very good book to read. And if you did see my reading goals for 2019 video, then you might know that this is coming. But one of my goals is to finish every book that Brandon Sanderson has ever written. So therefore I bought the Wheel of Time series, the first 3 books by Robert Jordan. So this is actually the series that Brandon Sanderson ended up finishing because Robert Jordan passed away before he ended up finishing the series. So Brandon Sanderson has actually written the last, I think it's the last 3 books of the series, and I think it's like 13 books. So it's quite a hefty series, but I've heard great things about it, and I mean, it's adult fantasy, there's supposed to be magic and everything like that, and I had the first 3 books and they're really hefty. They're all tomes, so I don't know what I got myself into, but I have to work my way to that book 13 if I want to be able to get through my Brandon Sanderson goal. But this is The Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, and The Dragon Reborn. These are actually the really old covers, but the new ones were so boring and I felt like these just had a lot more character. I mean, they ain't pretty, but you know, I think they're kind of fun, so I bought these ones anyways. And well, since my goal is to finish all of his books, Brandon Sanderson that is, I just get a taste of Robert Jordan on the way, and hopefully I will like them, because if I said that I'm going to read all of his books and then end up not finishing them just because I don't like the series, I will be really pissed. And then we have A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. I've been wanting to read this one ever since I heard about it, but this is supposed to be a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, which is one of the classics I love, and I think this is described a little bit as Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Alice in Wonderland, because the main character is supposed to be kind of kick-ass and I guess there's monsters in it or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I'm always up for Alice retelling, so hopefully I will like this one better than I have liked some of the others I've read. I repurchased, which I talked about in my great unhauled video, but this is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Grishaverse. This is in the new covers. I actually ordered this one before, but ended up getting the wrong edition because, you know, the store made wrong. So now I have it again, and it's a beautiful edition with a beautiful spine, and now this one matches with my other books, and I really need to reread this trilogy before I read Kings of Scars, which I really need to read this year, so you know, I better get started on this. And now we have a very belated Christmas present from my brother, but this is The Iron King by Maurice Drone, and I don't really know about this that much. I mean, it's supposed to be a historical inspired novel about war and murder and stuff like that, and this is supposed to actually be the book that inspired George R. R. Martin to read the Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire. So I mean, it sounds really interesting. I really look forward to reading this, so you know, thank you, Daniel. We have another review book from Louise Becker Förlag, and this is Brännmärkt by Lisette Edfeldt, and no, this is the first book in a series called Imperiet. I know absolutely nothing about it. I know Jamie wanted to read it for a really long time, so I mean, it's gotta be something good with it because we usually like the same kind of books. But it's supposed to be a dystopia, that's all I know, and I haven't read a lot of dystopia lately, so hopefully I will like it, but I really don't want to know too much going into it because I feel like that will ruin the entire mood of the book, so that's all we're gonna live with it. We have the last review book at least, and this is Om allt vore annorlunda by Sanna MacDonald by Mima Förlag. This is supposed to be a LGBTQ read. We have, you know, some couples that have you know, issues with the relationships. We have a girl that is actually in love with another girl while being married to a man, and she doesn't really want to break up with him because they have children together and everything like that. And then we have two guys that is actually also you know, in love with each other, so there's some, you know, problem with the romance. So hopefully I will like this one too, even though it's not really my typical kind of genre, but you know, hopefully it will go well. I have the last book of this haul, and that is Founderside by Robert Jackson Bennett. I bought this book after having heard Reagan from Peruse Project rave about this book. It's actually made her top list of 2018, and you know, I trust her opinions because we do like the same kind of books. But this one is actually blurbed by Brandon Sanderson, and it says, "The exciting beginning of a promising new epic fantasy series. Prepare for ancient mysteries, innovative magic, and heart-pounding heists." And I mean, if Brandon Sanderson said those words, and you know, he read it and loved it, and then I feel like this will be the perfect book. So I don't really know all about this book, so we're just gonna check. Okay, so we follow this character Sansia, and she has been sent to steal this artifact of imaginable power, and this is supposed to be an object that could revolutionize the magical technology known as scribing. The different merchant houses who control this magic, the art of using coded commands to imbue everyday objects with sentience, have already used it to transform Tivan into a vast, remorseless capitalist machine. But if they can unlock the artifact's secrets, they will rewrite the world itself to suit in their aims. And then someone tries to kill Sansia because, you know, she's trying to get to the object before them, and you know, shit goes down. So this was a very expensive book actually, so you know, hopefully it will be worth it. But yeah, those were all of the 21 books I've purchased during January. I should probably try not to buy as many in February, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I have a lot of good books, hopefully good books, but books I have really high expectations on, that I will hopefully really enjoy, and maybe something will, you know, surprise me. So yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye.